Hi, and welcome back to another one of our interviews with the Nourish and Flow practitioners who are going to be here with us over the weekend in August. And on this interview, we are going to talk to Oliver Plunkett, and we are Ollie. Ollie is a sound therapist, and Ollie joined us last year at Nourish and Flow, and we're absolutely delighted to have him back again this year. Last year, Ollie facilitated a group sound bath. This year, he's going to be facilitating a group sound bath, but also is available on the Saturday to do one-to-one sound therapy sessions with whoever is lucky enough to get a booking with him in time. Welcome, Ollie. How are you?
Hi, Wendy. Very good. Glad to be here.
Good, good, good. Thanks a million for joining us. Ollie, okay, when I first heard of a sound bath, actually, I experienced a sound bath before I had heard the term sound bath. In a yoga class, my lovely yoga teacher, when I lived in Clondalkin, during Shavasana, produced all of these bowls, and I didn't know what was going on, but I thought it was the most magnificent experience I had had. It was amazing. So that was my introduction to a sound bath, and then I was addicted. I just absolutely loved them. But I know when we did it last year, no one knew, a lot of people didn't know what a sound bath is. So tell us, what is a sound bath?
Okay, so I suppose people get a little confused with the terminology because you can have a sound meditation or sound bath. But so really, it's an opportunity to allow vibration into the body, and through the vibration coming into the body, it helps the body to be at ease and to get into harmony and to relax. So the kind of adjectives that people would remark afterwards would be that it was very soothing or relaxing. So it's probably different than other meditations, that some meditations are guided, whereas in the sound, you sit down or lie down, close your eyes, and just allow the vibration from the different instruments to arrive into the body and harmonize the body. So one way I describe it to people that may not have experienced it would be if you were ever out as a child or as an adult in a pond and you throw a little pebble into the pond, and you know all those concentric waves that go out along the way. Well, likewise, when you're lying down and the vibration come towards the body, it helps to harmonize the body and to do likewise. And again, the body is made up of 70 or 80% water, so you can imagine that kind of analogy is useful in the sense of when the vibration comes in, it helps the body to relax and to get into harmony.
Yeah, absolutely. So the instruments so actually, just to go back to what you mentioned earlier on about terminology. So I said sound bath, and then you said there's sound bath and sound meditation in terms of so the sound bath that I've experienced is with you and with other practitioners using the Tibetan bowls and the gongs and those type of instruments. Would you classify that as sound bath or sound meditation, or is it one and the same?
Yeah, that would be a sound bath. It's just that it's a help to get into a meditative state, I suppose,
Okay.
really, what you're trying to achieve. But again, you can have just gongs, or you can have gongs, Tibetan bowls. I use, as you would have seen that day, multiple instruments, but you can just use one gong, or you could use a Tibetan bowl. The idea is that just with that, vibration coming to the body,
Yeah.
you can have vibrations, or you can have just a one. The good thing about the gongs is that they vibrate at a frequency range, so you're kind of going down to a very low frequencies, but also you can get kind of higher frequencies. So you have all of the frequencies that would be consistent with the frequencies that would be in your body. So everything in nature and everything is vibrating at a frequency. All of the planets are vibrating at a frequency, and all of the cells in our body are vibrating at a frequency. So I suppose what you're really doing is kind of aligning yourself to your environment and to harmonize yourself with your environment.
Yeah, okay. So if you're, for example, not feeling great or stressed or, agitated, anxious, would I be correct in saying then that the vibrational frequency of your body would be different than if you were at ease and relaxed and calm? And with the sound and the vibrations coming from the bowls, they will help to balance and bring the body into a balanced state.
Yeah,
because there's so much water there, and it's the frequency is traveling throughout your body.
Yeah, so absolutely. So there's kind of two, is that the sound bath is really around meditation. So that's that's really around, the focus is on relaxation and de-stress.
Okay.
The therapy and the use of Tibetan bowls on the body is different in the sense of that's deliberately bringing in a program that's kind of tailored at the different organs in the body. And the Tibetan bowls vibrate at a frequency, and they're in a frequency range. And so there are different bowls that you would use in different parts of the body. So for instance, you use a heart bowl over the heart chakra. You'd use we call it a pelvis bowl, or a low frequency bowl around, the root chakra, or the lower part of the body. And so there's optimal frequencies for different parts of the body, because different organs in the body vibrate at different frequencies.
Okay.
And really what you're trying to do in the sound therapy is to bring in a frequency range that allows those cells that have got out of their optimal frequency to get back into their correct frequency. They're all handmade, and they're made up of a lot of different alloys. And so if you were to go to your antique shop and you saw a Tibetan bowl up in the shop, you might bring it home and you think, okay, I've got a lovely antique bowl. It could be made out of zinc or tin, and it's not really going to be of much use for a therapeutic music therapy session.
Okay.
Whereas the therapeutic bowls are made up of a number of different alloys that together create a frequency when played. But the beauty is that they create these overtones, and it's the overtones, which are multiple frequencies, that actually allow that kind of healing to begin. Because, as I said, because of all the organs having a different frequency range, within that spectrum of frequencies that are being brought in, some of those frequencies are going to allow that cell in the body to align to its optimal frequency.
Amazing. Yeah.
So something happens, people describe it, if you had two kind of old grandfather clocks and the pendulums were ringing or were moving, okay? If you stopped one and then put it back, the pendulum going again, you went out of the room for a few minutes, both of them would sync together exactly.
Okay, yeah.
So likewise, what we call that is entrainment, where you're bringing in a frequency and then the cells in the body match up or align or entrain to that frequency. That's what you're trying to achieve.
Yeah, okay, it sounds amazing. And I've never had an individual therapy, so I'm totally booking in on Saturday with you. But it sounds lovely. And just to go back to what we were discussing earlier about the sound bath, to get into more of a meditative state. I know meditation is one of those things I think that people really would love to try and master, and it's one of those things that it's difficult to stick with it, and it's very difficult to do. But I've found from doing the sound bath meditation, you just go into this deep relaxation without even trying. You don't get the anxiousness when you're trying to meditate maybe and just listen to a guided meditation or something. You don't get that. You just relax, and you can't help but relax, and it's just so beautiful. It's just a lovely thing to do.
Yeah, and actually that would be the feedback from most people that receive it. That would be that, I think sometimes with guided meditation, and it's like, I like guided meditation as well. I'm not trying to knock guided meditation.
Yeah.
Sometimes either with the person's voice or whatever, you're inclined to be kind of overthinking what's going on. Where I kind of find with the sound, within a space of a few seconds, you're kind of gone, and you're just into your body, and you just kind of relax. I think, but from an early age, I love sound and all of that. So anyway,
I know, no, but it's unbelievable, and you really just have to experience it. As I said, the first time I experienced it was just, wow, what was that? That was amazing, because as you quite rightly described, the pebble going into the river and the ripple effect. And if you're lucky to be up near the bowls, and I know you guys, you and Ruben, when you're doing the sound bath, you do walk around, so everyone does get quite close to the actual vibration and stuff as well. But if you are lucky to be up nearer the bowls, you can literally feel the vibration on your skin, and you know it's going through your body, and it's just phenomenal.
Oh, no, absolutely, because there are some people that with bigger gongs, like they are very strong, and again, with that lower frequency, you can go a lot deeper in their meditation because of that lower frequency range. But so there are some people that will actually lie underneath the gong and want to have that full-on experience of it. And then there are others that with the gong might kind of move a little bit away from it because they might like the sound of it but wouldn't like to be too near. So it's a kind of a personal choice. I like to be near it, but then
Yeah.
people have different choices. So again, another analogy that can be used for that meditation with music is, or with the sound, is that, and with the sound therapy, a lot of it is where the body could be, it's like an orchestra, because I keep bringing up maybe musical analogies, but sometimes if you're at an orchestra and someone's out of tune, it's not a pleasant place to be when there's someone out of tune. And oftentimes with the body, if you look at disease, we kind of look at disease as being ill at ease. The body is not at ease. So then if you look at, from an orchestra point of view, you're trying to bring in all of the different parts of the orchestra and retune. So by putting the bowls in different parts of the body and bringing in a frequency range, you can help that part of the body to get back in tune. And then, you know, what I find when you experience a sound therapy, the bowls on certain parts of the body don't sing. The reason why they're called singing bowls, by the way, is that when they're on a healthy body, the bowls ring out and those rich overtones happen.
Okay.
If they're on a person's body that's you know, that's not well, the bowls don't sing that well, and maybe in different parts of the body they don't sing that well, which is normally a cue to say that maybe it's that part of the body needs a bit of fine tuning. And what you find in after a number of sessions, that body will get more in tune and more in tune. And at the last session, all of the bowls and all the parts of the body will ring beautifully.
Oh my God, that is an amazing analogy with the orchestra and what you're describing there. It's beautiful. It's such a lovely therapy to experience. So just to give a little bit more information about when you're going to see Ollie over the weekend, on Friday evening, Ollie is going to be the one to bring us to a state of Zen when everyone arrives and after dinner, which will be absolutely lovely. I think it'd be a nice way to start the weekend, because after these very few stressful months for everyone, I think going into lockdown is probably as stressful as coming out of it, or should I say coming out was as stressful as going in, because it's a different world out there now. We've to learn to navigate things differently, and to be able to just come down for the weekend and just be with yourself and just take some time out and relax, and to have the weekend started off with a sound bath meditation. I can't wait. I'm so excited. And then to book in for an individual session with Ollie as well on the Saturday, you can just email me. I'll put the link in the bio of this interview, and we can get you booked in for an individual session as well.
So just one thing, I think, just from having been there last year, Wendy, is that the even more beneficial part about doing the sound bath in your location out in that lovely, beautiful countryside is that you're really harmonizing into nature, because, you know, the sound, the idea around it all is that you're harmonizing yourself with your surroundings and with nature, but in your lovely environment, it's perfect for that vibration to waft out.
Oh wow, it's
really, you know, so it's beautiful.
It is lovely. Actually, we should get you to come down some night and bring loads of people. We put up a big tent and we could just do it on a random Friday night.
Exactly.
We used to go to the pub, and now we just lie around and let bowls get gonged over. But yeah, no, it is a beautiful, it is a lovely spot. And then I think anyone who gets a slot with you on Saturday will be, you know, really lucky, because you'll be obviously in your own tent. So during the group session, we'll be in the large stretch tent and well distanced out. But then on a one-to-one session, you'll be in your own therapy tent with your client, and like that, all you hear around you is birds and nature and these amazing bowls. So, and then in terms of just the COVID restrictions, Ollie, I know we chatted about this, and you've got all of that covered in terms of the what you have to put in place in order to see a client on a one-to-one basis.
Yeah, so I suppose we're kind of different than, you know, some of the massage therapies in that, in the sense of we don't put hands directly on the body, but we do put the bowls on the body. So obviously we'll be very much aware of infection control and take all of the measures in terms of, you know, disinfecting the bowls, but also we'd wear a protective, you know, masks to ensure that, but we'd ask both the client and ourselves, and we would ourselves kind of wear the protective clothing to make sure that it was safe from a COVID perspective. And I know you'll be vetting the people coming there that they're not symptomatic before they come there as well. So
exactly. Yeah,
so,
brilliant.
yeah, so I think there's nothing that would stop us in terms of, once we have the mask on and once we follow the correct, COVID
Yeah,
guidelines, we're happy enough to do it. Yeah.
yeah, it'd be brilliant. Oh, thanks so much. Have you anything else to add before we finish up?
Best of luck with it, all I can say to you. I think the last time was brilliant, and I think it's going to be fantastic. And I think the weather is going to turn nicer around that time of the year. It always is. So
Yeah.
looking forward.
Oh, thanks so much, Ollie, and thanks everyone for tuning in to the interview today. If you haven't got your tickets yet for Nourish and Flow, make sure you pop on quickly and get them, because we've obviously had to limit numbers because of the HSE guidelines. The link is in the bio for booking the tickets, and I'll also put a link in the description of this video if you want to book a session in with Ollie for a amazing sound therapy on Saturday all day. So thanks a million, Ollie. I will look forward to seeing you soon.
Okay. Bye bye.
Okay, thanks, Emil. Bye. Bye bye.